The Todd Bowles Express continues its trip around the country. Bowles met with the Chicago Bears today about their vacant head coaching job. He will meet with the San Francisco 49ers tomorrow, and multiple reports are already saying he crossed the Raiders off his list. Good choice. No word yet if Bowles will interview in Atlanta or not. The gist around the NFL, though, he's making a pretty strong impression during his interviews. All right, Todd Bowles' future is just one of many uncertainties for the Cardinals this offseason, who will be watching the playoffs just like the rest of us this weekend. The offseason, though, is off to a good start. Our Kent Summers reports Larry Fitzgerald's agent has had positive talks with the Cardinals about a new contract. Now, it's early in the negotiations, so no money talk yet, but it's widely assumed Fitz will have to rip up his current deal and take a serious pay cut if he wants to stay here in Arizona. Bottom line, you can't have a wide receiver take up about 17% of your salary cap. Props to Dan Bickley for crunching those numbers. All right, the Phoenix Suns are one of the hottest teams in basketball. They've won 4 straight in 8 of their last 10 games and are tied with the Spurs for the 7th playoff spot. By the way, they play the Spurs tomorrow night. But this is what everybody's talking about. Marcus Morris yelling at head coach Jeff Hornacek on the bench in the 3rd quarter last night. Morris later apologized to his team and coach, citing the exchange was more about his frustration with officials. Morris also apologized on Twitter, saying, I got to be a better professional for my younger teammates, and I can't let my emotions get the best of me. Love my coach and my team. Great win. Now, it was a great win. Morris didn't play the rest of the game. But the big question on everyone's mind today, will there be more discipline handed down?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we just pass it off as a heat of the moment, emotional reaction. Obviously, Marcus crossed the line a little bit. I think he realized that. But I don't think there's any need to take any further action on it.
You know, that was Suns president Lon Babby on Arizona Sports 98.7 FM this afternoon. Babby went on to say that he doesn't support Marcus's actions, and after talking with head coach Jeff Hornacek, they determined missing the rest of the game was enough punishment. Here's the problem with that. What message does that send to your team? If one can do it, so can the rest? You can't yell at your head coach like that. Imagine what would happen if I went up to my boss in a public setting and just went off. I'd be suspended, heck, maybe even fired, regardless of the situation. You know, when Jeff was hired, some question if he was too nice to be a head coach. Is he? It's a fair question to ask. This looks bad, but what looks worse? No one on the Suns roster stepped in front of Morris to stop him. No one grabbed him by the jersey and just said, hey, that's enough. No punishment for Morris I can live with. He's sorry. He understands he can't do that. But a lack of leadership, that's a whole nother problem. Game 2 of a 6-game homestand for the Coyotes, who got shell-shocked 6-0 on Tuesday. You know, much better tonight, guys, against the Jets. The key words, power play. The Coyotes scored 3 of their 4 goals on power plays tonight. Solid win for the team, the final 4-1. Next up, they will host Ottawa on Saturday night. More 12 News right after this.